What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about how we're going to start the series and how we're going to design our Shopify store to optimize it for conversion optimization. Okay? So essentially, what the series is going to be focused on is you're going to be seeing me build a Shopify store, but I'm going to build it based on focusing on conversion optimization or the conversion optimization Shopify design series. Now, that's a lot of jargon. It seems like I'm repeating myself, but I'll make it very, very clear. We're going to have to start off with a premium theme. And you guys know me. I talk a lot about premium themes on my YouTube channel, on Shopify. The theme that we're going to be using is the Alpha Wolf theme. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say straight up, wolfofshopify.com, from what I know, offers two different Shopify themes. They offer the Wolf theme, and they offer the Alpha Wolf theme. Now, the Alpha Wolf theme is relatively new. We saw it release, multiple months back. I don't exactly remember what month it was, but it was a while ago. And the Wolf theme has been around for forever. All right. Now, the thing that's special about the Wolf theme is that before the Wolf theme, there was no really Shopify theme that was budgeted, at a good price. That had high conversion rates. When you talk about, for example, the Turbo theme, that was probably the one that was leading, and that was the one that had the most notoriety, but it wasn't that high converting, at least for not majority of people. Even though Turbo was marketed as a super high, fast Shopify theme, and we're talking about the one from out of the sandbox, even though it was marketed at a very high Shopify speed theme, a lot of people didn't see high conversions from it. And the reason why that is, and this is my assumption after creating, almost 100 Shopify stores that I've either kept for profit or sold, or, some have been successful, some haven't. Out of doing all that work, like I said, the reasoning for that behind that is that speed. Shopify speed of a store is not the only parameter that dictates Shopify success. In this case, the success is a Shopify conversion rate, that it's high. So the reason why I'm mentioning this and why this even matters is because there's an epidemic on Shopify today where people create stores and close them down. And the reason why they're closing down is because they just simply can't convert, right? They just simply can't convert. If the store converted at a high enough rate, whether you're paying for ads or not, whether you're getting traffic that's organic or not, doesn't really matter. If you were made enough sales, you would be able to keep that store open. Majority of people, when I say majority, about 95% to 99% cannot keep their store open for the first year of doing Shopify. In fact, majority close down in the first month. And I think the reason behind that is because of low conversion rates. Very, very low. Drastically low conversion rates. And it's no secret that I've had high conversion rates for a very long time. I have, for example, a business. I've talked about this. I've had this business for over 3 years now. When it first started, I had 33% conversion rates. Then a year or two later, it went down to 24%. Then it went down to about 17%. I'm still keeping it, holding it strong at 17%. I have other businesses where I even showed on camera where I had 16% conversion rates. So having high conversion rates is nothing new for me. And I want to continue this series continue this YouTube channel where we focus on getting high conversion rates. Of course, I'll make videos here and there that are not necessarily related to that, but are related to e-commerce in some kind of way. And for that reason, I'm going to rename the YouTube channel Conversion School or something like that. Conversion Academics, Conversion School, Conversion Optimization School. I don't know what I'm going to name the channel. Maybe somebody could recommend a name. I'm going to do some research, come up with a new logo, come up with a name. At first, it was called Ecom Warriors. Then it changed to Theme Rhino. But to be honest, I don't want to be somebody who just reviews Shopify themes or just talks about e-commerce. I want to have a wide range of things that help people make money when it comes down to e-commerce or sales or website creation. So I got to think of how I'm going to set it up. But regardless, welcome everybody to the channel. My discount code for wolfofshopify.com stays the same. It's code Warrior. Okay? So for those who want to sign up to Wolf of Shopify, my code is code Warrior. You'll get $25 off your order, whether you get the Alpha Wolf or the Wolf. Now, to be clear, for those who don't know, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be redesigning the Alpha Elite website. Now, something that's interesting about the Alpha Elite website is no matter how the Alpha Elite website is designed, it will make sales regardless. Now, people hear that statement and they think that they can make the same sales. And that's not the case whatsoever. And I want to explain why that is. And I don't want people to get discouraged, but I want people to be aware. Okay? Alpha Elite has a ton of promotion through influencers. Okay? These influencers are known, they're liked, they're trusted, and there's tremendous amounts of money that comes behind these influencers, right? On Instagram, on YouTube, etc. That's pushed behind these influencers for them to go out and make the commitment to the company to promote it. Okay? This is why Joe Blow, a regular person, cannot do the same thing. Okay? That is Alpha Elite's competitive advantage. Every business has to figure out what their competitive advantage is. Hopefully, for the people watching this, your competitive advantage is going to be optimizing your website for optimally high conversion rates. And that's what this whole series is about. Okay? So, let's get into the series, and I'm going to be explaining some things. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be redesigning the Alpha Elite website in a way that's conducive to optimizing conversion rates. Now, I'm not saying that Alpha Elite has a low conversion rate. Like I said, I want to be very clear. Alpha Elite may have a high conversion rate. However, it will, if it was a different brand with the same design, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to convert. In fact, it probably means you're not going to convert because you don't have the same push as Alpha Elite does. So you have to figure out what that competitive advantage is. Majority of people like me and you, we're starting brands from ground zero. Nobody knows who we are. We don't have influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers and millions of followers to back us. And we don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad budget. So we have to figure out a logical and consistent way to reach people and market so that when we finally do get traffic to our website, we find a way to convert that traffic, whether you are paying for Facebook ads, whether you're paying for Pinterest ads, for Google ads, whatever ad you're paying for, as long as you get that traffic to the website, the goal is to get them to convert. And so for me, I want to keep my conversion rates high all the time, and that's why I'm going to be using the Wolf of Shopify theme. Okay, now I'm going to be using the alpha theme for the beginning of this tutorial. If people want me to see later how I do the design with the alpha, the wolf theme, the regular wolf theme, you can check that out. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description to wolfofshopify.com. You guys can go ahead and click on my affiliate link, and you will be taken to this web page right here. They have a whole lot of stuff on the web page. They have, a newsletter for $15 off. I'm going to give you guys a discount code, like I said, for $25. It's in the description. They have some I guess you could say information-based products, right? So they have a whole bunch of different things here. They have some blogs. Either way, we're going to go here and click on the Alpha Wolf theme. It's the second button, okay? So when we click on that, this is the actual theme. This is where you're going to have to buy it. Now, I get the question many times from people that say, can I get a free theme, or how, what is the best free theme? And I'll say this straight out. If you're on a budget, you have to be aware of where you're investing your money, okay? And this is optimal for me to talk about in the first episode of the series because everybody wants free. And I'm going to be honest. If you want to use a free theme, you can get sales with a free theme, but you're not going to get nearly as many as if you're using a premium theme. There's a reason why things cost money in this world, and anything of true value is not for free. You have to be aware of that, guys. Okay? Now, you guys can use whatever theme you want for this series. I'm going to be using the Alpha Wolf theme. So, by no means you guys have to use this. I'm not saying you have to or anything like that. And I'm not saying you won't be successful without this theme. You guys can be massively successful without this theme. I'm just saying that this is the theme that I am using. So you guys don't have to use it, but this is the one that I am using. Now, with that being said, the reason that I want to use it is because of that high conversion rate factor. After testing numerous amounts of themes and numerous amounts of websites, Wolf of Shopify has proven itself to be the best. Now, something that I will say, and for those who are new watching my YouTube channel who don't know about me, on my other YouTube channel, and I've documented this, where I've talked about since 2018, okay? Right now we're in 2020. 2021, excuse me. Since 2018, after I sold my company, my clothing company in 2019, it was the very beginning of 2019. I had sold my company in February of, I'm not going to give out the exact date, but whatever, February of 2020, of 2019. So it was the beginning of 2019, and all the way from 2019, about the midway, through 2021, okay, to the beginning of 2021, I had hired virtual assistants. Mind you, I was running an agency at this time. I had hired virtual assistants to create these Shopify stores and other businesses related to Shopify on different platforms, testing different things and seeing what works and what doesn't, creating passive income businesses for myself. Because what truly happened, guys, was after I sold my main business, I felt like a little depressed. I saw, I just sold this huge company, but I wasn't making a consistent flow of income. I already had a lot of money in the bank after doing the sale, but I didn't have the consistent flow. And that's what bothered me. So I said, okay, I want to build these passive income businesses. I know what it takes to build passive income businesses. Let me hire a team to do that for me, and I'll tell them exactly what to do, and they'll do it for me. And that's exactly what I did. And at the end of the year, we would have about 10 to 15 websites or passive income businesses built at the end of every single month. And when I did that, okay, I saw that there were some things that definitely worked, and there were some things that definitely didn't. In the case of Shopify, we've created mostly, because, about most of them were Shopify, what we used, about 100 stores were created. Out of that 100, we had about anywhere from 60 to 70% were quote-unquote successful. When I mean successful, I mean we kept them open, we did not lose money. The rest, and some of the successful ones, by the way, we sold. The rest, some of them we had to close down. They were not successful, and some broke even. But out of all that, I knew exactly what worked even more. So in the beginning, I had an idea of what was being successful. I sold my company, like I said, so I kind of knew what I was doing. But when I had sold my company and I had joined now, I had created this agency, I had joined my team, right? It became very, very clear to me what was actually working and what wasn't. And I learned some things that I could pinpoint, and hence why, if you look on my YouTube channel, I made certain videos where I would point out what's wrong with certain businesses. Certain businesses sold on the Shopify exchange. I'll just go pull that up in a second here. Shopify exchange. Let's go ahead and check that out. The Shopify exchange, you guys know what this website is. This is a place where people can buy and sell Shopify stores. I would point out the errors with certain businesses, and I would say why you should buy it or why you shouldn't, and why certain sellers had no idea what they were talking about, they were lying, or you should never buy this business, or you should, or if something is a little sketchy, things like that. I would point out the errors in these businesses, right? So after all this kind of experience accumulated, here I am making these series, or whatever you want to call it, multiple series, right, on how to essentially optimize your web store, whether it be Shopify or something else, for conversion rates. And for that case, we're going to be using the Alpha Wolf theme. Like I said, use whatever theme you want. This is the theme that we're going to use. Okay? Now, through the series, okay, what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be explaining the reason why we use certain features. So in the episodes tomorrow and the day after and the day after that, you guys are going to be seeing me explain certain things. You guys are going to be seeing me use certain things, and there's going to be reasons behind that, and I will explain why it is. So if the video episodes are longer, if you see that they are longer, if you see that they are, there's a reason why I'm explaining through everything, because conversion rate optimization matters, okay? Now, in the case of conversion rate optimization, understand that not everybody who watches this series is going to have the same conversion rate. And the reason why I say that is because every product is different, and there are two main elements to a successful store. The first element is the presentation. So when we talk about presentation, we talk about how does the website look? How does the website, what features are on the website? What theme is the website using? What images are on the website? All these characteristics, what products are there? That's the first feature, which is the presentation. The second part to that dictates how well your conversion rate is or how, good your business is the traffic or the quality of traffic. Okay? When I say quality of traffic, what do I mean? Well, if somebody is, let's say, an amateur Facebook advertiser and they start advertising on Facebook and they use the exact same theme and they use the exact same setup, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to result in the same case. Okay? And that's why I tell people, majority of people, their problem is not traffic, okay? Because you have to remember, if you're creating a Facebook ad and people are clicking on the Facebook ad, majority of the time, it is not traffic. That means they're interested. When people click on an ad, it means they are interested. They are willing to purchase. As long as you have somebody visiting your website, that means they are willing to purchase. Hence why we have retargeting ads, okay? Now, with that being said, it is the biggest problem, and this is what I've seen, is that people just simply don't know how to design their website for conversion rate optimization. And for that reason, like I said, is why I'm going to continue the series. So, this was episode 1. I explained everything I needed to explain. What I'm going to be doing now in the future, or tonight in my free time, is I'm going to be adding some of these Alpha Elite products to the website so that you guys don't have to see me do that because it's going to take a long time. And then what I'm going to do is in the next episode, you're going to see me begin the design process, okay? With this whole series, guys, remember, if you want to see the results, if you want to see the success, make sure to watch it from beginning to end. I'm not saying this to get views on my YouTube channel. The reason why I'm saying this is because you don't want to miss any part out of this, okay? We're going to talk about everything from the header to the footer. For those who don't know what that is, it means the very top of the website to the absolute bottom, okay? Every aspect. You guys are going to see things from image editing to, banner designing. You guys are going to see how the whole system works, okay? So that's all I got to say for this video. Make sure you tune in very soon. I'm going to be starting to post videos consistently, and I'm also going to change the title, or I guess you could say the YouTube channel name, and I'm gonna think about it a little bit. Maybe you guys can do some recommendations, but you guys let me know. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye. Welcome everybody to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about episode number 2 of the how to create a high converting Shopify store. If you haven't seen episode number 1, I'm going to go ahead and leave that link in the description box down below, or you can go ahead and click on the video to watch it. Episode 1 was where we introduced the series of how to create a high converting Shopify theme. We're showing off some of the features of what theme we're going to use. We talked about some of the benefits, some of the setup guides and things like that. So make sure you watch episode 1. It is critical to watch episode 1 if you want to continue. Remember, through this whole series, you don't want to miss any of the episodes. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in now that that's taken care of. So basically, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using the Alpha Wolf theme. The reason why we're using the Alpha Wolf theme, it has amazing conversion rates, especially for somebody who's a beginner, has no idea what they're doing. We're going to be using it. It looks professional, and people buy with their eyes. A lot of consumers won't be happy when they buy from something that's simply not attractive. And to boost how attractive your business is, you need to use a premium Shopify theme. So we're going to be using the Alpha Wolf Shopify theme. You can click on this button over here, Alpha Wolf Shopify theme. It will take you to the landing page, or you can just simply add it to your cart when you hit the first page. Hit add to your cart and simply check out. It works the same way. Here are all the benefits. You can go ahead and read through, kind of what they offer and things like that. They have a video you can watch. They have a whole setup, but we're going to be using this theme, and let's go ahead and set it up. So what we need to do is we need to head over to our Shopify setup here, and we need to click Add Theme. We need to click on this Upload Zip File. Now what we're going to do is we're going to upload our Shopify theme. So I'm going to go over here in my Finder, and mind you, when you purchase the Wolf of Shopify theme, it will come in a zip format. You have to unzip it. Okay, meaning you have to unzip it, click on it, and this will kind of show up depending on what kind of device you're on. And here you have is Theme Alpha, this folder. You have to click on the folder, and here you have free training because it comes with free training, and it also comes with the actual file. It says upload theme file. We're going to take that file, and we're going to simply upload it, and we're going to select upload file. And so this is a large theme. It's 3.62 megabytes. So we're going to give it a minute or two to go ahead and load up everything. And you can see here on the bottom of my screen, I downloaded a lot of photos that are related to Alphalete. So this is what's going to guide us. And we're going to create, like I said, we're going to recreate this store on the whole setup. So the first thing we need to do, aside from uploading the theme, is we have to have all our products uploaded. I took the time to upload these products that you're seeing right in front of you. Over time, I'll add a little bit more. Probably after this episode, I'll add about 10 more, maybe. I was going to say 5 to 10 more, but, maybe about 10 more just to get things going here. And we're going to create categories. You guys are going to see how we're going to create this whole thing. But so far, the theme should be almost done uploading in its entirety. But like I said, we uploaded our products. That's always the first thing you want to do, is upload your products. Or, you could upload your theme before. It doesn't really make a difference. But essentially, without the products, you don't have a business. Okay? So if I just click on products here, you guys could see I have all the products added. All right. Now, if I want to edit all of my products, as a little tip for you guys, you just click on this little check box here, and it will auto-select all the products and hit edit products. We're going to give a default price to every product in the store. By clicking on this, we're going to basically grab this little box here and drag it down, and we're going to set the price to be 40. Notice how all of the prices change. We're going to go ahead and hit save. Now we're going to go back, or wait rather, for all this to load up, and then go back to our online store and see if the theme is done uploading. It is done uploading. So let's go ahead and go over here and rename the theme. We're going to call it the Alpha Wolf theme. Okay. Let's hit rename, just so that I know what I'm working with here. And then what I'm going to do is select publish. So we're going to go ahead and select publish. So now the Alpha Wolf theme is published. So now what we could do, since we have our products uploaded, is we can select the customize button. Now, one of the special things that this theme does, unlike a lot of other themes, is this theme will minify your content. Now, as you guys know, website speed is a very big deal when it comes to Shopify. Now, people think it's the only thing that matters and it's very, very important. It is very important, but I don't think people know to the extent of what I mean when I say very important. Basically, if your website is fast enough, you'll be okay, right? You'll be good. Nobody's going to not buy from your website if it's a little bit slower. But if your website is extremely, extremely, extremely slow, then that's a problem. And Shopify will give you a speed score, okay, like right here. This speed score is irrelevant, and I'll tell you why it is. The majority of Shopify stores are out there in the marketplace today fail within the first month, and majority don't even exceed past the free trial. So you're basically comparing your score or your store to a bunch of failures, okay? Now, if you want to be successful, would you compare yourself to the best of the best, or would you compare yourself to the losers of the community? You don't compare yourself to the losers, you compare yourself to the winners, right? It's like if you pick the winners and the losers, some people pick the losers. No, you pick the winners. So, this score I want you to completely ignore, because what Shopify does is they find an average speed amongst all the stores on Shopify. And guess what? 99% of the stores close within the first month or 2 months, okay, or definitely in the first year. But in the first month, about 95% close, and their majority all failures. I mean, why else would they close? Because they don't produce the income they need to produce. So for this speed score, I want you to completely ignore it. We're going to go, when we customize our store, let me just get rid of this link here. When we customize our store, I want you to go through your store and see how slow or fast it is. Based on the way this thing's working right here, you could tell that it's fast. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, okay? So, this layout that you're looking at, guys, is Shopify 2.0, okay? And Shopify 2.0, its layout is a little bit different than what we're used to. We were used to this boxy structure only on the left, nothing on the right. It's a little bit different now, okay? So, now that we have everything loaded, our theme's ready to go, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the features in this theme. Well, we have the preloaded slideshow, block and text categories, product tab carousel, testimonials, one banners, blog post grid, newsletter. Let's go ahead and hit add section. Let's see how many sections we have. So, We have blog and newsletter, blog and testimonials, blog post grid 2, banner column, block list, and the list goes on and on and on. Okay, and I can click show more. Okay, and let it load. And this is exactly, guys, why this theme is one of the best themes, because it gives you so many options. Look, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and guess what? We have another show more. There are even more options here. Now, why is a theme with as many options as this theme even more? Another show more button. Why is a theme so beneficial when it has this many options, okay? Maybe somebody can sit here and count all of these benefits. You know, forget it. We'll count them together, but why do you think it's so beneficial? Well, when a theme has many options like this, it is extremely versatile. You can use your content in many different ways, as opposed to when a theme has just a few options. It's kind of hard to use it because you might have certain content, certain pieces, certain images that might not necessarily fit what are already pre-built. But the more options you have, the better chance you have to customize your store and fit it and make it look the way that you want to, but most importantly, make it look more professional. And professionalism is key when we build high converting Shopify stores. And once again, it doesn't take a genius to figure out what looks professional, what doesn't. You guys know, like when you see something you like, you know if you like it in a second or not. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's see here. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Let's go ahead and see here. 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So 62 total theme sections for this theme. There is no theme that I know to date that has more or even close to that. So that is one of the reasons why the theme is so beneficial. Like I said, versatility is key, okay? So what we're going to do to top off our store right now is we're just going to go ahead and get a good look of how our store looks and take a look at this product carousel. So product carousels are very, very beneficial. I know for a fact that the other Wolf also offers a product carousel, but it doesn't offer all the features that Alpha has. So guys, if you think you're going to get a better theme at a cheaper price, that's not the case, okay? The Wolf theme is great, but it doesn't have all the features of the Alpha and vice versa. They have different features. They are completely different themes, so just be aware. But anyways, a carousel tab is included in both themes, the Alpha and the Wolf. However, they do look different, but anyways, the benefit of having a carousel product tab is so that when a consumer can go through your store, they can get an even look at different categories, collections, and products that are visible on the store in under 10 seconds or less. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and go back here and let's create a collection. So let's click on products and let's hit collections. Well, actually, before we do that, let's look at the products we have. We have t-shirts, we have shorts, we have crop top t-shirts, we have shorts for men, and we have leggings for women. So we have a section of products. The first one collection we'll create is, we'll call it leggings. Okay? And we're going to select manual here. And let's hit save. And we're going to look for the leggings in our store and add them to the legging collection. So the way we do this is just hit browse. And we just select every pair of leggings that we have. And so let's just say this is the case where we have 4 pairs of leggings. Let's select add. Now we might have more. I haven't really checked, but you guys get what I'm saying here. Now I'm going to hit create another collection. Let's select manual and let's type in t-shirts. Okay? Or let's rather type in men's t-shirts. Men's shirts. Put it that way. Men's shirts. Sounds good. Okay? And now we're going to hit browse and we're going to select the t-shirts for men. So we have this one and we have this one. Good enough. Okay? And now let's create another collection. We'll type men's shorts. Right? Because I noticed we had a few pair of men's shorts. And let's go ahead and select browse here. Let's look for a pair of men's shorts here, 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 and here. Right? So we have our men's shorts, and we hit save. Now let's create another collection yet again, and we have women's. Let's see, women's t-shirts or women's crop tops. Let's label it as crop tops. I'm forgetting what we actually have in the product catalog. Okay, let's hit browse here. And let's take a look, and we have a few women's crop tops. We also have women's shorts, and I believe that's about it. Okay, so we added those, and then let's go ahead and create another collection. Let's type in women's shorts. Okay, let's hit add. All right, and once we hit add, we're going to go ahead and hit browse here, and we'll take a look here. We have a pair of shorts here for women. We have 3 pairs, and let's hit add. Okay, and now that everything's added and everything's good to go, let's go back to our store. So online store and customize. Okay, so now that we added these collections and we created segmentation amongst our business or our store, remember what segmentation means is that we break down the store in different categories. We segment it, right? Just like in the way, for example, in your body, right? Anatomy and physiology. When we speak about the anatomy of the body is segmented into different categories. We have organs, we have bones, we have blood, we have blood vessels, we have fluids, we have all these different segments of the body. Maybe if we're talking about segments, we're talking about the posterior and the anterior, right? The front and the back. We're talking about, or the back and the front rather. We have different segments of our business or our Shopify store in this case, and that's manifested through the collection. So in this case, block text categories, we have this section right here, which are block text categories. I want you to ignore that for a minute. But then we have here our product tabs carousel. And mind you guys, the features that are already here available to us, these are the features that were pre-selected. Meaning we could delete any of these features, we can add features, we can edit them, we could do a whole lot. So let's go ahead and select this product tabs carousel. So now we have this selected. And the first thing we want to do without selecting any of the other things here is we want to look to the right. So on the right here, we have product tab carousel, we have CSS animation. So we can animate the way this is viewed by people. We can make it fade in and down, right? Fade in big, right? So it'll look like this. We can make it fade in up. So notice how it's slid up. That's an animation. We can make it fade in right. So it's going to slide in from the right here. Right? Did you guys see that? Maybe slide in left or fade in left. Boom, right there. It slid in through the left. So I like fade in left. I think that's actually kind of nice. Let's see fade in left big versus fade in left. Let's see the difference there. I like fade in left a little more. It's a little more simple. And then here we have the margins. So basically what margins are is the spacing for this module, for this block here. In the UX UI design world, in the user interface world, okay? We have margins, we have padding, and we have blocks, okay? Margins, padding, and blocks. Keep that in mind, guys. Now, what is a block? A block is a section of your website. So this section right here ranges from this top line to this bottom word. This is our block, okay? And our block is essentially the box that contains all the content. The words, the images, the buttons, every little feature, okay? We have now margins. Now, what are margins? Margins are the spaces around the blocks, okay? So, margins are the spaces around the blocks. Now, what are padding, or what is padding? Padding is the spaces around the margins. So, keep that in mind, guys. Now, generally, I don't want you to worry about what the difference is between padding and margins. Just realize that padding and margins serve the same purpose, which is to create a space, a white space. And when we say white space, we don't necessarily mean the color white. We just mean space that's not being used around the block. Okay? So we have this setting here. This is the format that we're going to use for this theme to create our padding or our margins. And here it says margins, so that's what word we're going to use. But this is kind of how we set it up. So notice how we have 4 digits here. We have 0, 0, 30, and 0. Now, what this means is that we can add pixels of space to each section. Notice here how it says top, right, bottom, left. Well, each of these words correlate to the digit that it proceeds in. So we have top, which is the first one, which means the top spacing or the top margin is at 0 pixels. The right margin or the right side here is at 0 pixels, or the right spacing rather. We have the bottom, which is the bottom down here, is at 30 pixels, and we have 0. So if I change this to, let's say, 0, notice how you can't really notice this, but the website will look a little bit different. There's going to be less space between this block and the next one, okay? But let's say if I add, and this might be a little bit more visible for you guys, but let's say if I add 100, okay? Now what tends to happen is, look how much more space. There's more space than there was before, okay? Now I want you to pay attention one more time. If I make this 0, well, sorry about that. That was my mistake. But if I make this 0, and I want you guys to pay attention here, if I make this 0 pixels, okay, we can see the text down here, okay? That means there's no space between the top block and the bottom block. But if I make this 200, or 200 rather, okay, and I scroll down, look how much more space there is now. So 200 pixels looks like this, okay, and 0 pixels looks like this. You guys will see it in about a second. So there you go. And that's a little bit more defined. That's essentially the best explanation I can give you for blocks like this. In this case, since our theme is full width, the right and the left paddings are not going to matter as much, and I don't really want you to pay attention to them, because you could really screw up your theme if you mess around with them too much, okay? Now, with that case, okay, we're going to go ahead and create a little bit of a padding just for the sake of teaching this video, okay? We're going to create 10 pixels at the bottom and 10 pixels at the top, okay? So there you go, just a decent margin there. And here we have a few more settings. We have a style setting, we have title settings, we have title font weight, we have title font size, we have title letter spacing, subtitle. We have all these different settings. These settings are things I want you to focus on a little bit later, except for the section style here. The section style and the titles, of course, is what you should pay attention to the most. So we have a style 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to edit the styles yet until we add some actual products. So right now, the Carousel tab, right? Notice how these are tabs here. The Carousel tab is selected on all. So for the sake of the video, let's go ahead and select this all button and select a collection here on the right, okay? So let's just, for the sake of the video once again, for the all, let's select leggings, okay? So you can see here now, the collection that we created where leggings was stored is now here on the actual website, right? So we have leggings here, okay, and you could see them. And let's go ahead and hit select. Now that we selected where the leggings go, we want to make sure we save our progress, because guys, there are so many times where we get a lot of work done on our website and for some reason our computer shuts off, or maybe we get distracted and walk away, or something happens to us that we want to make sure we save our progress. So let's just go ahead and hit the save button here, okay? And now all the work we've did is saved, and you guys should at home do this too if you guys are watching and working on this. Now, we don't want it to say all here. We want it to say what the product reflects. So in our case, we can reflect it to say leggings, okay? And guys, for future episodes, I want you to keep in mind what we're doing here, because we will change this in the future, okay? So if you're watching step by step in this video series, I want you to come back and watch the next few episodes, because we will make some small changes here, okay? Let's go ahead and hit save here for now, okay? Now let's go ahead as an exercise is create the other 3 collections and add these other 3 collections so that it doesn't show just these blank default images. So let's go ahead and go to the women's collection here. Click on this top left. Pay attention with me, guys, here. This button that says women's, let's go ahead and edit that. Let's select a collection. Let's find what collection we want to add. Well, we have women's shorts. That's an option. So if we click on it and view how the women's shorts looks like, we have that option. And let's go ahead and hit select here. And instead of women, let's type in women's shorts, right? Now let's do the same for this men collection that seems to be empty, right? And select the men button here and select the collection. And we could change it to anything we want. Doesn't necessarily have to be men's. It could be, for example, women's crop tops, okay? And then we could hit select. And then we could label it women's crop top. Okay, let's hit save. Okay, so here we have 3 collections. And let me just go to the last collection that says accessories here and make sure that I have no more women's collection products. We have women's shorts, which we added. We have women's crop tops, which we added. We have leggings, which we added. Well, we don't have any more women's products for now. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to delete this last drawer, okay? And by the way, guys, when I call it a drawer, this is also known as a tab, okay? But the whole block is called a product tab carousel, okay? Notice why it's a carousel is because you get to have arrow keys here and spin through the product in the collection. If there were many products in this collection, we'd be able to sift through the multiple products, okay? So it's a product tabbed carousel, but I want to go ahead and delete this because I have a limited amount of collections. So let's go ahead and remove the block here, and notice how professionally our website looks just already off of a few simple changes. And let's go ahead and hit save here. And we can name this title, by the way, guys, whatever we want. Maybe new arrivals. We can name it really whatever we want. In my case, I'm going to name this women's products simply because they're all women's products in the collection. Okay? So instead of new arrivals here, we're going to title it women's products. Okay? And we could change the font size too. I can make this, let's say, a 22 font size if I want to make it a little smaller, kind of like this. But I like the larger font size, so I'm going to go with the 32 font size, and I think that's a nice font size. So let's go ahead and hit save. All right. So we basically finished a whole section on our Shopify store. So congratulations to everybody watching this. If you guys are watching this, not only did you add your products, not only did you categorize your products, but we created a product tabbed carousel that really impacts the view of our Shopify store. Now when customers are viewing, they can click through the tabs, they can view the different products, and most importantly, they can get a view in under 10 seconds of the different kinds of categories and different types of products that you offer. In the future, in the next few videos, we'll be talking about how to edit your product page, right? How to change all different features like zoom in feature, stock counter feature, all the different features that you need to know when it comes down to creating this Shopify store. We're going to talk about our product sticky add to cart. As you can see here, there's a sticky cart. All these different features we will be talking about in the next episode. So make sure you guys tune in to the next episode. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of our How to Build a High Converting Shopify Store series. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on building our first banner. So in order for us to do that, we need to add files of images to our store. If you haven't seen episode 1, where we kind of break down the whole concept of what we're doing, why we're doing it, make sure you check it out. The link will be in the description so that you guys can watch and subscribe to the full playlist of videos. All right. Episode 2, we talked about how to create a product tabbed carousel, which is actually really important to show consumers all the products that you have in under 10 seconds or less. Well, in today's video, we're going to be focusing on a banner, how to create a banner, the focus of banners, the purpose of banners. The first thing we're going to do is head over to this files button, and we're going to upload all the files. You can see here I already have one of the banners created, okay? And this is an image banner that's going to show consumers just a simple example of the products. If you guys want to see more examples of the products, we're using the Alphalete Athletics official website as the recreation. And so let's go ahead and upload some more files. So we have a few files here that I uploaded. Let's go ahead and upload all of them. We have 5 total photos. And then as these photos or these files are going to upload, or they already did rather, let's go to our online store and let's hit the customize button so we can make some customizations and show you how to set up banners in a proper fashion. And it's not always what you think. It's not going to be a typical type of banner that consumers typically think of. So let's go ahead and hit customize. Let's just get rid of this link here. Now, we have a banner that's preloaded. This is a what you call a hero banner. And hero banners are great, but a lot of people do hero banners wrong, okay? And so we have primary banners and we have secondary banners. primary banners are typically banners that are large like this. They're hero type banners, and they typically follow all the same format. It's one large image that will show off the product, okay? And it's very rare that certain stores don't use a hero banner. It's very, very rare. But the right store can pull it off, and not every store should use hero banners. So in this video today, everybody knows how to simply use a basic hero banner, but I want to show you guys the secondary type of banners, which are a little bit more important. Now, like I said, when people think of banners, they think of a large image, but the way I like to teach it is when you use a primary banner or a hero banner, remember that it is an example of a current focus you want to give to the consumer. Now, that focus could range. You might say, well, Mark, what are you talking about? What focus am I going to give to the consumer? Well, there's different focuses you can give. A focus could be a certain product line that you have for sale, right? You're running a certain promotion. Maybe you want to sell more of that product. So you incentivize customers by offering them a discount code on the banner, or you motivate consumers by showing them a new release. That's an example for a primary banner. And by the way, for anybody who's asking, we're going to be using, this is the Wolf of Shopify theme for those who don't know. Wolf of Shopify is a website that allows us to build the highest converting Shopify themes or Shopify stores possible. So we're using the Alpha Wolf theme. You can click on the button on the top over here, Alpha Wolf theme, or you could just simply click the link in the description to be taken to this website. You can add to the cart, or you can click on, like I said, the web page and just check out right on the website here. Okay. So this is the Alpha Wolf theme. Yesterday, like I said, we worked on this product carousel tab. Okay. So what's going to work really, really well for us is we need to figure out a different style banner. Well, here we have another style banner. And this other style banner is, like I said, to show a product. But this is not a hero banner. This is a large banner, but it's definitely not a hero banner. Okay? So I want you to be aware of that. So with this theme, since we're using the Alpha Wolf theme, and like I said, not all themes are created equal, so not everybody's going to have these same features, but you have the ability to add multiple different kinds of banners to your website. So let's go ahead and click Add Section here, and let's look for different sections with banners, and they're luckily just right in front of us. So if we select one banner here, this is an example of a banner. We can add another example of a banner, so banner number 2, okay? So we have banner number 1, banner number 2. Let's go ahead and add another one, banner number 3, right? Which is more of a video banner. Let's go ahead and wait here. Banner number 4, another banner. So this banner matches the same one of up here, okay? And then finally, let's add another example of a banner, which is banner number 5. I would recommend, or I would fit to claim that all these types of banners, banners 1 through 5, are all primary style banners. Well, what's an example of a secondary style banner? Well, a banner, remember, is nothing more than just an image that's showing people a certain focus, right? Whatever that focus is. It could be a focus on a product, could be a focus on really whatever. Well, we have these presentations, I like to call them, where you can essentially see in a masonry style banner format what you're offering to clients without actually putting in banner format. Let me explain what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and click on, for example, Collections Masonry number 2. Well, this collection or this design here is a block that looks somewhat to a banner. The only difference is it's subjected into these smaller boxes that have different buttons attached to them. Let's go ahead and look at a different example of a secondary banner. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We have another Collections of Masonry here. Let's click on it. Let's let it load for here for a second. We have Collection Masonry number 3. So this is something more that's like a checker box format. And all these different formats and different features are essentially different features that are added in within our theme. Well, today, let's go ahead and delete number 2, just so that we don't need it. And I'll kind of show you guys how things work here. So, and here's an example of Collections Masonry number 4, which is once again another configuration of how your banner block can look like. Okay? Now, this is not considered or called a banner, but in my format, I do consider it a secondary style banner to what we know as the traditional banners, such as the ones you see right here. So let's go ahead and edit this banner and use the images that we've uploaded to create one of these. And so let's go ahead and click on block image text here to the left, and then look to the right, and we have an area to add an image. So let's go ahead and select that image, and let's see here what fits. So we just add an image. It's kind of hard to look at because, kind of our settings are not set up properly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to remove all these blocks, okay? We're going to remove all the blocks here, all right, except for the last two, okay? So we have now 2 blocks, okay? So I'm going to be adding 1 block here. So let's just pick this image, okay? And now let's pick the next image. So we have 2 different images here. Maybe we could find a different image that's a little bit darker that kind of fits. So here's an example of what we call now a split banner. So what is a split banner? It's when a banner has 50% width to the left, 50% width to the right. So for those who don't know, I've spoken about split banners before, but split banners allow consumers to see different categories of products most likely used in 2 main categories. Now, why is that relevant, or why does that information matter? Well, not every business has 100 categories or 40 categories. Sometimes to businesses, just like in the clothing business, and majority of clothing businesses have this, is that there are 2 main categories, and that's women's clothing and men's clothing. And so let's go ahead and edit this here. We have the word men's collection here, so we could leave that just the way it is. And here we have another men's, it's titled men's collection, but we want to change that. And we're just going to quickly change it to women's collection. So we have men's collection, we have women's collection. Here I noticed that the text kind of levels downward. So it's like 2 kind of lines. And I want the same effect here. So since that's there, I'm going to kind of add 2 semicolons and add a break. So for those who don't know, when I add this little break here, it creates the same line effect. Now, the reason why this created this double line effect is because the word women's is too long for it to be on one line with the word collections, right? So I created the same effect here. Now, FYI, for everybody who doesn't know, the reason why this bottom part is gray is because this image is not as long as this image. So something that I'm going to have to do as a experienced Shopify editor here is I'm going to have to make the images, or try to make the images, the same size. So I'm going to have to go back into my images, check for what size this is, and then check for what size this is, and make sure they're both the same size. So I'll probably have to crop the top of this one out to make it look even. We want to make sure our business images look even. This is part of the things that make you look a little bit more professional when you start businesses like these, all right? So we can also change up the title, right? Or excuse me, we can also change up the title color. So the color here is in white. Now, I personally don't want to change it, but you guys can simply change it by just clicking on this and changing the color here. Once again, I don't want to change it. I'll leave it the way it is. I can also add a link to this split banner, where I'll add a link to this one, add a link to this one, something like, for example, our products, or not even our products, but our collections, and we could click here, men's shirts, for the collections, right? And so whenever somebody clicks on this image, it will take them there, right? And let me go ahead and save my progress. And then I have here on the right, we have women's collections, which I can search for a link, select the collections button, and select leggings, right? And let's hit save. Now, something that I'm doing is I'm going to test my website to see if it works. Let's make sure the website is loaded. Let's click on this men's collection and see if it works. And there we go. It takes us to the men's shirts, as we've spoken about earlier. If we head back to the home page of the website, we scroll all the way down to where the split banner once was. Here we have the women's collection. We click on it, and here it takes us to the leggings, as we've asked. Now, to make this website better, when we have the banners, the split banners of women's collection or men's collection, when we would click on men's collection, for example, it should take us to all men's products as opposed to one single product. Same thing for the women's collection. It should take us to all women's products as opposed to one women's style of product, such as leggings or shorts or whatever the case may be. It should take us to all those products that fit that collection. And that is how we create many layers to our collection. So this is yet again another episode to help you guys guide you through your Shopify process. And once again, this Shopify theme allows me to do these features. Not every Shopify theme is created equal. It's something you guys want to be heavily aware of. You guys might be wrestling through using a free theme. You're not going to be able to use the same features as me. And that's why, if you want to have this same Shopify theme, go to alphawolf.com, but go to wolfofshopify.com/alphawolf with a dash in between, or you could just simply click on my affiliate link in the description box down below and use the discount code to get $25 off your order. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Welcome everybody to a new YouTube video. We're continuing our Wolf of Shopify series where we build a Shopify store using the alpha Wolf of Shopify theme, which is a little bit different compared to all the other episodes we have done on this YouTube channel. But as you know, this is episode number 4. So I've been testing some things here off screen. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to be creating a logo, or uploading a logo rather. We're going to change our split banner that we once had to a 4-piece banner. I'm going to show you guys the benefits of that. And we're also going to be adding a product grid along with creating a banner, a primary banner. So just to recap from the last video you guys have seen, we dissected the difference between primary and secondary banners. There's a huge difference between the two, and they serve two different purposes. Remember that a secondary banner is not necessarily a banner kind of like this, or like a hero banner like the one on top, but a secondary banner is a block on the website, which, if those who remember what a block is, it's a section of the website, rectangular section of the website, that can be used for marketing a specific objective. It could be for a certain catalog of products, it could be for a certain product, it could be image and text, it could be a whole lot of things. So we created a split banner, which you guys will see. I'll reload the page so you guys can see the difference. Let me just delete all this downloaded stuff down here. Okay. You guys can see here we created the split banner. The images are not the same size, so I want you guys to be aware of that. So if I just zoom out here, all right, keep in mind the images are not the same size. The way to get these images to be the same size, let me go ahead and go back here. Clicked on the wrong link, but the way to get them the same size is when you upload them, you want to make sure they are, roughly the same size so that something like this doesn't occur. But you can switch around the images that you're selecting from. The image that we had last was this image, and they're supposed to come the same size, but once you kind of upload them, it will show kind of what size they're at. Now, with that being said, guys, I'm going to be using this image, but we're going to be turning this banner into a 4-piece banner. So let's go ahead and get started with it. So since we're using the Wolf of Shopify theme, the alpha version, okay, you guys can access it by clicking the first link in the description box down below, or simply going to wolfofshopify.com. Be aware that the first link in the description box down below is a affiliate link, or you can click on this Alpha Wolf theme button, and this is the landing page, or you can literally go straight to the home page and just simply click add to cart and then check out that way. So what we're going to do is there's this section here called Collections Masonry 4. All right, if you want to find the section, just hit add section and look through the different sections, hit the show more button, and you'll be able to see all the different sections. What we're going to do is we're going to hit add block, okay? Now we have 3 options. We have block, image, text link, we have text, and we have blog. So what we're going to select is blog, image, text link, and we're going to select that another time so that we have 4 total blocks. So this is the first one, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the ones that we already have images on, and instead of 50% width, we're going to select 25% width. Now, for those who can see here, it's on the top right corner, guys, where my mouse is. On the right corner of the screen, we change it from 50 to 25. Okay, now we're going to select this image, which is right here. It's the second one, and do the same thing. Let's go ahead and select 25. Okay, so you can see here now the image sizing is different. This is what kind of shows how the images are. Now, for these two right here, we're going to do the same thing. We can select 25, And for the last one, we can select 25. Now remember, this is a masonry style, so if we wanted to only have 3 and then make the third one 50% width, something like this, to show you guys how it works, we could do something like this. It would work the same way. All right, but since we want to keep things clean and organized, we will kind of operate in the manner where everything is 25% width. All right, so let's just go ahead and select that, and now let's add images here. So we have another image from men's collection that we can select, right? And you can see here, this is the image, and then we have finally the last image, or let me save the progress on the second image rather. Save that progress and just hit select here. And for the last one, let's select an image of the one in pink here. So based on what you guys can see, let me hit select and hit save. Okay. This image is the smallest of the images in height. Let's go back here. This image is the smallest image in height. This image is a little larger. This image is a little bit larger than this first image, but smaller than the second. And then this one is about the same size as this one. So these two are the same size, and then these two are not. Now, if we wanted to get them all like uniform, we would have to find which one is the smallest size ideally, okay? And either we can scale it up to the largest size, or we can have to figure out what size this is in height and width, and then we have to apply that same height and width to these exact photos. There's a way to do that, but essentially we would have to go into a photo editing software and apply that same height across the board. Now, this is not necessarily needed, but for the design of a good flow, a good-looking Shopify store, I'm going to take the time to do that behind the scenes after this episode is over. That's what I'm going to do, and then in the next episode, you guys will see it all uniform, and I'll kind of show you how to do that, all right? So we're going to leave this the way it is. Now, we could head over, for everybody who's watching, since we are doing this live, we could head over to Alphalete, and we could find images that kind of fit, okay? So what we could do is maybe this image and this image will be the same size, so let's see if we could download it here. Let's go to our downloader. Let's see if we can download it. Let's look for the image that's the yellow. Okay. Let's hit the download button. Let's see kind of how that works. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this image. So let's go to block number 4 here and hit change image, and we'll upload the yellow one just to double check if it is the same size. And no, it's not the same size. It's actually the same size as this one. So that's actually makes things better. So guys, this is what we're doing here to save our content, to save our usage. Remember, I tell you guys that content is very important. We see here that these two images are the exact same size, and so being that they're the perfect fit, we're actually going to remove the 4-piece banner and keep going with the 2 pieces. So we can make this one 50% width, right? 50% width right here. And remember, masonry, so things can all change with different sizes. And this is just like I said, for a kind of little guide to make things easy. And we're going to eliminate this block and eliminate the second block. And now we have to make this width, this image the same size as the other one. So in width, so let's make that 50%. And there you go. They're both the same size. Now let's hit save here. And of course, there's going to be some pixelation with this image because this image is not meant to be that large. If you guys see what I'm saying, so they both end right here. Okay, so this is not my favorite photo, to be honest. It's kind of pixelated, but it is what it is. All right, now let's go ahead and head back to our banners. So we have all these different kinds of banners here. Let's take a look at our content and let's see what kind of images we have available to us. This is a very nice image of the hoodies. So let's see if we could download that one. Let's go back here. Let's see if we could download it. Let's see here. Is it available to us? There it is. Let's hit download. And let's see if it will fit well within the banner that we're looking for. So this is, where is it here? Let's go here. This is the banner that will fit here. So we're going to scroll up and we're going to look for since this is our testimonial section, so right under our testimonials, here it is. It's called One Banner 4. And here we have a select image button. And we're just going to simply upload the image. And it should preload in it once selected. And there it is. So looks pretty decent so far. Okay. And we have a whole bunch of different options for text and things like that. But I kind of like the way that it looks now. Let's see here what we got. So instead of this span, I'm going to delete the span text. So it's going to say sale. And it's going to say up to. And I'm going to remove, once again, this span. And what we're going to do here is keep it kind of the way it is. But I'm going to remove kind of the sale up to, since it's built-in default black text. And instead of 40%, I'm going to write here 40% off. So it'll be kind of, it will have more width to it, okay? And instead of dress up, I'm going to click on shop our clearance or something like that. Clearance, okay? I'm going to go ahead and fix the spelling. And that's about good. Now we're going to have to add a link for the Shop Now button, which we'll go with, let's say, all products. This is, once again, guys, just as an example. You don't have to set it up this way, but just an example here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create, since we have a banner, we have our split banner, we need to have what's called a product grid. So let's go ahead and set that up. Now, there's a few things that we could do to kind of change the way this banner looks, because once again, I'm not happy with it since the image is pixelated, but we'll kind of get towards that towards the end here. And since I am editing everything live, nothing is kind of predetermined. Let's go ahead, and before we jump on the product grid, let's jump on the logo. So guys, with logos, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. The logo, depending on what theme you have, is you have to set it up in a way that it fits. So with the way that our logo is, when we scroll down, we have what's referred to as a sticky header. If you notice here, this header doesn't go anywhere. Now, we could change that. I like sticky headers because I always want my people on desktop to know that the header is up there and they don't have to scroll all the way up just to get to it. So how we're going to access the logo, remember, guys, this is Shopify 2.0. This setup is a little bit different. We're going to go over here to the left, hit this little theme settings button, and then go over here to header. And that's where we're going to be able to access our header. Now, whenever you want to edit the logo, guys, every theme is different. You got to keep that in mind. So just because I have these settings available to me here doesn't mean you will, because assuming you're not using the alpha theme. If you're using the alpha theme, then in that case, it should be the same, at least to my knowledge. But if you're not using that theme, there's other themes with different capabilities. You know, there's a different feature for everything. So this normal logo, let's go ahead and select image. And I actually, if you could see here, I uploaded some logos, and I want to show you guys the difference. So this logo that has this black background is a logo that you're not going to want to use. And there's a few reasons why. I'm going to click on it so it can load, and it'll explain. So basically what this logo is an image. You could see here as I'm scrolling that this black part is not transparent. You want to have a transparent logo. On top of that, it's also too big. Now, I have a transparent logo, for example, here, and I'll click on it just so you guys can see. And now you could see it's transparent. So when I scroll down, okay, it matches the white of the background. So that's going to be good for us. And those are the type of logos that I recommend. Now, notice how this logo is also transparent behind this banner. Well, once we add a banner, the logo is going to pop a lot more. So let's go ahead and hit save here. And we're going to, by the way, guys, if you're not interested in using this sticky feature where the header sticks here, you could just click on this check mark. It says use sticky header. You unclick on it, and it will kind of disappear as you're scrolling. So right now it's saving the progress, and look, I'm going to scroll, and there you go. The header doesn't stick. I personally like sticky headers, so I'm going to add the sticky header. Okay? And it's back to normal. So you can look at all the other settings, and there are other settings here. You have social media, you have product detail, you just have a whole bunch of different stuff. So I do recommend you look at that, but this is for later when we edit the product pages and things. And that's just general theme settings, all right? Now what we need to do is we're going to add a product grid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this little add section button. I'm going to click on it. And I want a product grid, but not a tabbed carousel. So for those who remember the very first episode or the second episode we created what's referred to as a tabbed carousel. And this tabbed carousel basically shows a certain category of products, but in different collections. So this whole category is women's products, right? That's the category. It's the main category. It's women's. And it has different tabs that showcases different products, right? So we have crop tops here. We have women's shorts. We have leggings, okay? And these are the different collections. So this is the category. This is the collections, all right? Now, what we want to do is we have other products to showcase. This is not like it's the only product we have. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a product grid. So we're going to go here to add section, and we're going to look for something that says like a product grid or something like that. So we have blogs, we have newsletters, banners, block list collection, we have banners, featured collection. Let's go ahead and click shop or select more. Let it load. There's a whole lot of features. I think we have over 60 features is what I counted last time. And I'll scroll a little bit more down. It's banners, popular collections, brand carousel, product countdown, product image slider, product popular blocks. Let's go ahead and scroll down again. Let's hit the select more. And I actually missed it, but it says here collections grid. Or maybe I didn't miss it. There's so many features. Like I said, here it is. Product tabbed grid. This is exactly what I was looking for. So I can add a grid of products to my homepage. Okay, and I know sometimes, guys, it could be a little bit confusing because there are so many different sections, but that's just the benefit of having a theme like this, is that we have so much versatility for us to utilize this theme on. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually select a collection. So I'm going to hit save. Now, remember, guys, my goal is to create some sort of diversity into the store. And so that means I want to select a collection that is ideally going to be labeled like all products or something like that. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to go into my products. I'm going to select this collections button, and I'm going to actually have this homepage button for collections. But there's only one product here, so I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to add a whole bunch of them, all right? And what I'm going to do, and I actually did this strategy with my last clothing store that I sold, is I'm going to sort these out manually. Now, in my head, as a store owner, I know what's typically going to drive the most attention. So if I know my customers are coming to my website on the women's side for the yoga pants the most, then I want to put the yoga pants in the front. But since I am showing off more than one style product, like men's and women's, I also want to show off the men's product. So let's say put yoga pants in the front, put the t-shirt also in the front, and then maybe another women's product, maybe like these pair of shorts that might have a chance to sell well. Basically, what you want to do is you want to put your best sellers up front here on the grid, or adversely, you want to put the products that don't sell at all on the grid. So you have to really just understand what your your customer base is like. So, for example, with my personal business, I was driving traffic from Google, and I wasn't driving traffic from influencers or anything like that. So I knew that when people visited my homepage, that would be the assessment of whatever they got. And some people wouldn't even go further than the homepage. So when I was learning how to boost my conversion rate, because that's what this whole series is about, is learning how to increase your conversion rate through the art of selling, right? I had to assume, okay, what is going to be the products that drive the most desire, the most sales, and the most traffic, right? Or the most want and need. And I picked the products that would drive the most need first, and I would put them in the collections, right? In the grid, on the home page. So to do that, we're going to select the first tabbed grid, and we're going to select it. I'm going to select the homepage collection. You can see here the homepage collection is available to us. Now let's hit select, and let's hit save. Okay? Now, I like how I can choose an even number of products to show. I personally never select an odd number. So you see how there's 6 here, 9, 11, numbers like that. I personally don't show 9. I know most of the numbers are even. And the reason why that is because I don't want to have a extra product left over, okay? So this is the perfect amount, perfect thing for a grid here. And for new arrivals, I kind of like how it says new arrivals. So I'm just going to delete these other tabs. But before I do, I'm going to select the product tab, and we're going to look at the different styles that are available to us. Now, before I even do that, we're going to go over here to margins. Now, if you guys remember last time, this margin setting here, and please guys pay attention, it's on the top right, it says margin, okay? This margin is a feature that usually UX and UI designers use. I've spoken about this before, but we're going to do a little review of it so that everybody kind of understands. When we have a block, so a block, remember, is a section of a website, we have what's referred to as padding, and we have margins. So basically what padding is it's how much of this white space is going to be contained within the block to essentially wrap around the block. And we have this margin feature to give us that benefit. And if you notice here in parentheses, it says top, right, bottom, left. And so we get to choose by typing in the same format here, the amount of pixels we want on the top, on the right, on the left, and on the right, and on the right, on the left, and the bottom, and the top. Okay? In my case, I only want some space between the new arrivals and this two images up here. And so what I'm going to do is I want some space on the top, so I'm going to write 20 pixels and see how it looks. But nothing is really going to change unless I write the whole formula. So you guys got to make sure you do that. So it's 20 and then 0, 0, 0. Okay? And at the end of this 20, I got to add a px for pixels, and you can see here now it went down. Before, no matter what things I typed, it wouldn't go down. And that's because the format has to be correct. If you guys are going to do this, you need to have the format written properly, and the example is on the bottom here, so right here in the light gray. Now, let's go ahead and just delete, or let's not even delete yet. Let's go ahead and see the different styles we have for this product grid. So just keep in mind for style number 3, which is the pre-selected style, we have some text in the middle, we have these tab buttons, and we have a product grid. And whenever we take our mouse and we hover over, we have an add to cart button and a quick view button. Okay, now quick view doesn't work on the previewer here. The only way to actually get quick view to actually work is we have to preview the website in its view button. So I'll kind of show you guys how that works. So here we're at the home page. If I scroll down to a product and I hit the quick view like before, you'll see there it is. The quick view pops up very well. Okay, so let's head back and let's hit exit here, or let's just save our progress rather, and then we'll exit, and then we'll customize our business here, our theme, and we have everything loaded. And let's look at the different styles. So we have product tabs grid, we have style 1, so let's take a look at style 1. So style 1 is a little bit similar to style 3. We have style 2. Style 2 you can see is significantly different. Everything is moved over to the left. Style 3, similar to style 1. So when you take your mouse, you hover over, kind of shows the second image, shows some text. I want to see if the style 1 does the same thing. Yes, it does. It does the same thing. It's just organized a little bit differently. So style 1, style 3 creates a little bit, I believe, more space between the heading and the blocks, but I could be wrong on that. Let's just see here. Yep, I was right. It did create a little bit more space. It's kind of hard to notice, but for the sake of it, let's stick to style 1. All right, now let's get rid of all these tabs here that we don't need. So let's remove tab 2 since we don't need these tabs. Usually I would recommend using tabs if you have a lot of products. Remember that the conversion feature behind using product tabs is that, guys, if you have a lot of features on your store, make sure, or if you have a lot of products, the thing that you need to have on your store is these product tabs, because that's what's going to allow the customer to see all your products in under 10 seconds or less. And that's kind of the rule. Consumers' attention rates and the ability for them to pay attention is drastically low, and their attention spans are low because they're always constantly being hit with new information, new text, new notifications on their phones, and they're being trained. They are literally being trained, consumers, to have short attention span. So your goal is to maximize the consumer's attention span and use that to the best of your advantage and kind of make sales. And that's why we have all these features on these themes, and there's a reason behind every single one of these features. Now, if you notice here, what I did is I deleted all the slides because I don't want it to slide, and we're going to add a main banner, okay? So for our main banner, the ideal for a main banner is you want to have an image that's going to encapsulate your brand, okay? Whether it is some sort of offer that you're doing, some sort of sale, some sort of product that you're selling, you need to use every space on your website valuably. So this is the main banner that was being used that Alphalete had, and so this is the one that we have here to our advantage. I could definitely use a different style banner, so something like this. It doesn't have to necessarily be a hero banner. For those who don't know, a hero banner is a banner that stretches from the full width of the page from the top to the right to the bottom, okay? And we're going to go over here to one of the other banners. So under, for example, the newsletter section, we have one banner, and we're going to select the exact same banner, all right? And so let's go ahead and select it and see what comes up. So this one looks a little bit better, maybe. You kind of could argue with it. Let's see the second one, maybe. Let's kind of see how it looks. I think that one looks a little bit better. And let's select it. Let's see if we can add some margins to it. So if we add, like, for example, 10 pixels, and we add some zeros here, and let's go with a padding container, or use padding rather. And we can kind of change some of the margins. Let's go margin on the bottom, obviously, because we need some space. Let's go with 30, and let's kind of see how that looks. And so you can see here now it's like a box. And these are just different examples of banners. Now, something that I want to say is this banner right here, you could see here on the Alphalete official website. Where is it here? Where's this main banner? I can't even find it. I guess this was a temporary banner that they used. This banner is designed much smaller, so it's designed to fit this right here. And so that's why it's kind of looking pixelated and not clear. Maybe it's here somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This is the banner. So it's much, much smaller. It's designed to be for a smaller image. So that's kind of why we're having this pixelation error. It doesn't really look good when it's all pixelated like this. And the reason why it's just a little bit pixelated is because the image is much smaller. Now, something that I will say, guys, is you'll have different themes that just won't be pixelated, but they won't show the full quality of the image. And I'll explain what I mean by that. This is what's referred to as minifying. There's a lot of different themes that perform minifying. So what is minifying? Minifying is when a theme on purpose doesn't show the full quality of the image. You could see here on the product images is a perfect example. Doesn't show the full quality of an image, and I'll just click view here so we can see it, just so that the theme can move faster for the end consumer and serve Google's purpose better. So if you guys can see here, maybe the camera's picking it up, maybe it's not, but these images on the product you could see here are not, I mean, they are definitely good graphics, but they're not 100%. The reason why it is because if they were all 100% in full graphic quality, it would slow down the website drastically. A lot of the times Google knows this now, is that, you know, websites are very, very high quality. They have a lot of features. They have a lot of graphical images. But the ones that are going to soar to the top are the ones that perform the best, despite having these high quality images. Well, these themes minify content so that when you activate a certain feature, the theme can perform faster, but yet still maximizing on that quality. Now, you might say, well, does that mean my product images are going to look bad forever? The answer is no. If I interact with the product, like I click this quick view, you can see here that the image now is much more graphically sound than it was before, right? And you could see that as an example here. So it's just a small minification to help with the reduction of quality and help with the serious boost in speed, okay? So those are the different features. Now, like I said, for this main header, I would love to have a great image here, but Alphalete is the type of company that doesn't take photos with huge banners. They're very, very small. Like, for example, this small banner. So when you try to take a banner of this size, which is, I'll just show you guys here, a banner of this size, and we try to stick it into something this big, it will look not graphically sound whatsoever. So we want to just keep that in mind, guys, when we're doing these kind of things. So now you guys can see kind of the different designs here that are going on. What I'm going to do behind the scenes is I'm going to do some touching up. I'm going to, for example, try to help with this pixelation that we have going on here. I'm going to try to figure out some things, maybe download some images, and I'll be back for another episode to do some more touch-ups. So remember that the things that you guys are seeing are very real circumstances that people have with their Shopify theme. Sorry, that was a little error there I experienced for just a second when I tried to save my changes. But remember that the things that you're seeing here are very real experiences. I don't necessarily have all the images saved before I, do this. I don't have all the images prepared and prepped and all these things. Basically, the errors that I go through are going to be the same errors that you guys go through, and you guys could kind of see how I handle them. So, for example, you guys saw the time where we had the images here not properly set up on the bottom, right? One was longer than the other, and we found another image to kind of coincide with it, to fit perfectly, okay? These are the things that you guys are going to have to do when you start a business. You're going to have to essentially make things work, right? Same thing with the minification. These are understanding different concepts of your business. And I'm guys, I'm going through it just like you guys, all right? So you guys are going to be seeing more episodes of me make this website better and better and better. You guys are going to be seeing the evolution of it over time. And finally, we'll come to the very end where we eventually make presentation videos, but hopefully that's in a little while. Every single new episode is a new episode getting one step closer to the perfect website, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Bye. Welcome, everybody, to a new Apex Academy video. As you guys can see, I changed the title of the YouTube channel. I think it was much needed. And I think this is going to be the official name that we're going to stick with. Now, I posted an episode 4 hours ago, literally, on how to build a high-converting Shopify store. I wasn't satisfied with the way the Alphalete store was going. So I made a huge update to the store, and it looks so much better in my opinion. And just for everybody to know, I recommend that you actually click on the episode and give it a watch. I was basically creating a split banner. As you guys can see here, I created a little, I was showing how, the 4-piece banners work. I tried to add some products to the collection, but I really wasn't satisfied with the type of banners and the way things were looking on the website. So I made an official change. And you guys are going to be really excited about this. I'm telling you guys are going to love it once you see it, and I'm going to show it to you right now. But something I do want to say before I show it is that, guys, me changing things frequently on the website and fixing things and changing how things look, what you guys are seeing is the normal lifespan of a Shopify store and of a Shopify designer, I guess you could say. Even though I'm not an expert at what I do, I have some experience. I could say for a fact that not everybody's going to have an easy time designing something that's of quality and of value. And sometimes you just got to be a little bit creative, and it's going to take some time. And it's going to start off with, that feeling of being not satisfied with the current product that you currently have, and that's perfectly fine. And we're all humans, and we all don't do things that are perfect right out the gate, which is why we need to come back and work on our designs and work on our website and make it look as best as possible when we do have the time available. So that's exactly what I did, and I'm going to show you guys as I've done here, and I'm going to show you guys the product, and this is it. So this is essentially going to be my hero banner, what you guys are seeing right here on screen. Now, at first, I had kind of everything set up perfectly, where the women's stuff was at the top, and I could show you guys kind of how it looks. This is kind of how it looks right now, but I'll show you guys what I mean by that. So let me go ahead and drag it to the bottom here. Drag this to the bottom. Drag this right here. And I believe it looked something like this. And let's go ahead and hit save here. Yeah, it looks something like this. And I think this is pretty good. It looks pretty decent. And I think most people would be okay with the way this looks. Now, if it was up to me, I would cut this image just a little bit to make sure that everything kind of fits. So I'm going to kind of try that right now. Hopefully you guys are going to be seeing me do this. So let's head over back to, and by the way, guys, please let me know in the comments, doesn't this look much better right out the gate than what we had before? I think it does. So I'll explain kind of how I did it in just a minute, but let's go over here to our files. Let's go to our settings. Let's go to our files. Let's find that image. Let's download it. Save image. Okay. And let's double click on it. And let's go ahead and crop. Let's see where we have to crop. So let's go over here into our themes, hit customize. Scroll down, so somewhere around that area. So at the bottom of the t-shirt. And let's open the photo, and let's do that. So let's highlight it here. So somewhere around there. Okay? And let's crop a little bit out of the top, why not? So just like that. Okay? So now let's go ahead and head over to our image. So it should be right here. Let's hit change image, and let's upload that very image that I just cropped. So let me find it here in my files. Let's see, where is it here? I know I had it here somewhere. There we go. Let's go ahead and download it, or upload it rather. And let's see how things kind of look. Let me refresh the page. And first of all, let me remove this. Let's see here. Okay, so that doesn't look right, but let's just select it for now. Let's hit save. And there we go. So yeah, that's a little bit better. So clearly, I cropped it a little bit too short. I probably should have never cropped that part on the top, but you guys get what I'm saying here. And I think we can all agree that this looks significantly better than what it was before. All right? So in that case, what we're going to do is now we're going to delete this banner, okay? And guys, for those who don't know, the reason why we're deleting the banner is Alpha Elite Athletics, they don't have large banner images like we wanted. Even these images look good, but they get pixelated when we try to expand them on a hero with banner. So we need to get rid of these. They're just not going to be able to cooperate with us for this design. This shop by category section, I really like it. So I'm going to add a little bit of spacing between the top because it's a little cut off with everything that's up here. So let's go ahead and add some spacing here of 50 pixels. And by the way, for those who want to know, we're using the Alpha Wolf Shopify theme. So for those who don't know, you go to wolfofshopify.com, or you can click on my affiliate link in the description box down below, and it is this theme right here. It's the $295 theme, and it's called Alpha Wolf theme. So it's a little bit more premium, but then again, if you want premium results, you got to go for something that's premium. As you can see, this website does look very professional as we're building it. And, there's not too many themes that could really do that. So, you got to pick wisely with your money, kind of where you're going to invest it in. So I like this little gap of 90 pixels. I think it works perfect. And instead of by categories here, we're going to change it to shop by categories. And you guys can see how this store is coming around really, really nicely, right? And all it did take was a simple change. Well, it wasn't too simple. Were these masonry style banners, I guess you could say. But putting it all together, it looks much more attractive as opposed to what I was doing before. I don't know what happened to me before, but basically I didn't have my head screwed on right. And here we have a, what is it called? A tabbed carousel. Sorry guys, it's 1:49 a.m. As I'm doing this. So we got to make sure everything looks good. Okay, and by the way, the reason why these arrows are not working is because I didn't add more than 4 products. So you guys could see here the grid normally fits 4 products. If I had 5 in this collection, this arrow would work perfect. But in my case, I don't, so we'll leave it where it is. It's ideally for conversion rates, to make everything optimal and well working, we're going to need to add a little more products. But what we're going to do here is this product tab carousel. I want to add another one for the male version here of products. We're going to get rid of these banners. We just tried to force something that really doesn't work. So where is it here? Let's locate this banner. First of all, let's delete this one. Let's delete this one. There's a lot of banners here that could work, but not for us, not for this store. And that's just the honest truth of it. I guess I was just trying to force something to work that's really, it wasn't meant to work, you know. And this is why I tell you guys, when you guys have photographers, or maybe when you guys shoot the websites or the products for the website, try to get a whole array of images. You know, you need small images, large images, images that are horizontal, images that are vertical. You need a collection of everything, because the last thing you want to do is shoot all the images, go finally to designing the website, and then be missing something and have the website not look as good. So that's something you got to watch out for. These testimonials section, I mean, we could choose to remove it, but it's kind of up to us. Let's just leave it for now. Under the testimonials, this banner I want to get rid of. Just I don't think it looks too attractive. Remove this. And remember, guys, attraction is key. When I say attraction, it has to be, you got to be able to show a website to everybody, and everybody has to think it's beautiful. It can't be just one person or a few people or your best friends. It's got to be something that's objective in nature. Some people might say beauty is eye in the beholder, or beauty is objective. No, that's not true. Beauty is very, very objective, not subjective. Okay? For the majority of us, 99% of us, we could look at somebody and see if they're beautiful or not. And there's nothing against that. There's nothing wrong with that. But websites are the same case. And the reality is, guys, when it comes down to conversions and getting sales and making money, you gotta present something that's respectful, attractive, okay, and looks good. Frankly, to be honest with you, and I think we all feel that same way. All right, but unfortunately, we don't all live that way, which is perfectly fine. But you can't expect to make money on a website that looks like it was built in 1995. Okay, so that's just realistic. But anyways, we're going to create another one of these, but for the men's products. So we need a product tabbed carousel. So let's find that where that is here. So we have product countdown, block, product collection. I had a hard time finding it last time too, because there's just so many different, whatever you want to call it, options here. Let's see, we have testimonials, we have blocks, we have template. There we go. Product tabbed carousel. We're going to add another one. All right. And we're going to move it up. So let's move it right under or above. Doesn't really matter. We'll figure out which one looks better once we actually do it. But let's select here the, let's see here. What style is this? This is style 1. Okay. So that means I want to have style 1 for this one. Let's see here. And we have a few. I'm going to not use the arrows for this. Like I said, since we have a limited amount of products, I removed the arrows. That was a feature down here. We have a whole bunch of theme settings. I'm going to relax on that for now. Let's see. Show wishlist when set up apps. Yeah, we have to set up a wishlist app, but we'll not even worry about that for now. Let's see here, guys. Okay. And let's select now our collections. So select a collection. We have men's shirts. That's a good way to start. Okay. Or let's see, men's shorts. What's a better look? Women's crop tops, women's. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to add more products to this website. So men's shirts. Men's shirts. I believe that looks good. Yep. It shows up in all capitals. I like that. I'm always a big fan of all caps. I don't really know why, but I feel like it just looks more professional. I've taken a few courses on design and things like that before, and a lot of experts always recommend that. So we have men's shirts. What's the next collection? We have men's shorts. Let's go ahead and select that. So second one is called men's shorts. And something that we would want to do if you guys notice here for the collection, you guys see how this style, let me show you guys. You guys see how this style, you see the way the model is posing in image number 2? And then we have image number 4 here. I don't want to put my mouse over it because it's automatically going to show the second image. But do you see how model number 2 and model number 4 for the images like this one and this one, the blue shorts and the white shorts, the image looks somewhat similar. The way the model is standing and things like that. If we're going to do that, we're going to have to have all the images the same way. And so that means we have to rearrange the photos. So this shorts, the camo, and the brown, we'll do that right now. And you guys will see how much cleaner it looks. Before we do that, let's go ahead and delete these extra tabs up here, because we're not going to be using them for now. Let's hit save. All right. And let's go back here. And let's go to our products. And you guys are going to see how much this website is going to pop once we get this stuff done here. So the premium short, let's drag it to the front. And it's saved. So let's go back. And let's do that one more time for this premium short. And put that in the front. And that is saved. So now let's go to our online store. And hit the customize button. And you guys could see right off the bat, how much better does that look than before? Looks a lot better. And this is actually pretty even now. So that's pretty good too. I mean, there's a little black line, but you can't really notice it. We have shop by category, right? Which we didn't collect the, we didn't select up the links yet. Here we have shop by product carousel tab, which once again looks much, much more professional. In fact, I'm debating on putting the men's shorts first. Probably like this, right? For it to be the first one. Then we have the women's one here. So women's products, right? We have all the different catalogs here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of space between these two because the browse all products button is leaking into the women's one a little bit more. So let's just go ahead and give them their space here by adding some spacing. So margins, you guys, by now you guys probably know how this works. This section, because I've spoken about it probably about 3 or 4 times now. So let's do we need any spacing at the top? No, the spacing is good at the top. So let's type in 0, 0, 0, 0. Then let's head over to the third 0 and let's add, let's say 30 pixels. Let's see what kind of look we get with that. And I think that's okay, but we need a little bit more. Let's type in 50 pixels. It's a little bit better. What about 100? Nah, I don't know. We'll give it a shot. We'll see. We'll just leave it kind of the way it is for now. And let's for the dots, let's remove the dots. Let's just make it all clean. That looks kind of pretty good right now. Theme settings. Show the second image. What do you guys think? I think showing the second image looks better in general. And obviously, we have the women's products here. So, and then we have some testimonials right here, right? As you guys could see, you can flip through it with a... Oh, by the way, notice the animations. Let's go ahead and refresh the page. You see how that slid in right there? Let's go ahead and scroll all the way to the top. Let's just make sure we're... You guys see how that's slid in and this slid in to the left? These are animations that we add to the website. You don't have to animate every little thing on your website because it will probably slow it down over time, but... You know, 30% off discount code. We got a whole benefits here. I mean, we got it all here, guys. This looks amazing compared to what we used to have. We have a menu here that I never set up yet, but you guys kind of get the idea. We have a little add to cart button, right? That pulls up a slider here. What's it called? A add to cart slider, which has a one-click checkout, right? So they could just check out right there. These are all different conversion optimization features, and these, you know, I think we came out with a real good website. We have the little, mission statement of the brand here. We have some images, looking really, really nice compared to what we used to have. And guys, anybody can look at this and say, yeah, this looks like a professionally built website. And you guys can see here, it didn't take me much time to do it. I just had to sit down, do it, get the work done. And so, why is this relevant to the video? First of all, if you guys like this episode and you like the change, you gotta smash the thumbs up button. You gotta hit the thumbs up button for what we did here in this episode. Hopefully this can kind of motivate you and kind of inspire you guys to make some changes to your website. But In the next episode, we'll talk about like some of the design that I did here and kind of how I manipulated the images to kind of fit and work together in this masonry style. And we'll kind of, I'll talk about like the code that you have to set up. When I say code, I mean like which one is 50%, which one is 25%. It's almost like, whole setup. So I'll talk about that in the next episode, but hopefully you guys really enjoyed this episode. I know this episode was short compared to what I'm used to, but, I think this just looks 10 times better. So, yeah, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. I think this, I think we deserve a thumbs up for this, honestly. It just looks much better. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out, bye.